Madness has arrived here at the Thomas and Mack Center. Day one of the Mountain West Championships is here, and the Rebels and Cowboys are ready to rock under the lights of Las Vegas. Welcome into the broadcast booth. I'm Whitaker Lummis, joined by my partner to the left, Justin Young. Now, Justin, UNLV comes into this one red hot, beating in-state rival Nevada here at the MAC, then handling Utah State here at the MAC, and then before just losing a close one, a nail-biter at Viejas in San Diego. But on the other side, Wyoming also comes into this one on a hot streak, winning their last three against San Jose State, Air Force, and Nevada. So what's going to be the key to stopping the Cowboys, the key for the Rebels for stopping the Cowboys and stop this Cowboy momentum?
I think the key here, you have to stop, and I mean have to, Leland Walker. We saw the last time he played against UNLV back in Laramie on January 6th. He put up 28 points en route to a 98-68 Wyoming victory. Now, of course, there are some excuses you can make for UNLV. Their team maybe wasn't quite as confident back then. Of course, the elevation of Wyoming made it a little bit tougher, but now there's no excuses. Everybody, especially Howie Fleming, has to be at their best defensively against Leland Walker. They're running a small lineup. Their starting lineup, they have 4 guards and 1 forward. Marion Dennis, Naz Meyer, Hayden Bennett, Leland Walker, and Keani Saxon. This is a team that knows how to shoot the basketball. Maybe not one player who's like at a level of maybe a Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, but they can all shoot it competently. They are a force to be reckoned with on the offensive side. All hands on defense for UNLV today.
As we mentioned the Nevada game, Dre Gibbs Lawhorn 42. The last time these two teams played, the Cowboys held them to just 10 points, with UNLV's top scorer being Tyron Jones. And funny enough, he had altitude sickness in that second half. He was seen throwing up in the trash can, a sight we've seen also at Air Force. So the Rebels definitely happy to be back here on home court. Although home court, we see a lot of yellow in these red stands. We'll see if that's a factor here. I mean, UNLV is always good on the road, though. I mean, you talk about teams that are premier toughness on the road. You talk about being down big at Boise. They come back and win. Being in Utah State, one of the hardest places to play in all of college basketball, according to Josh Pastner, comes in, gets the win. And so Memphis, Stanford, you talk about premier away teams. This is one, but I feel like this UNLV team, no matter who's at the helm, always struggles here in the tournament because it's like, hey, okay, we're here at the Thomas and Mack, but none of our fans show up. So it kind of feels like an away game. So it's not, you're kind of in that limbo between home and away. How is the crowd going to factor in tonight?
So, of course, you mentioned there's way more Wyoming fans here than UNLV fans. I'm not going to make excuses for UNLV fans. I get it. It's a Wednesday noon game. Everybody's at work. But we see the clear amount of Wyoming fans who made the travel all the way from Laramie. So there's really no excuses for the fans. But UNLV, they're the type of team. They can beat anybody on the road, and they can lose to anyone at home. It's been like that all season. And now in a do-or-die situation, one loss ends your season completely. It's going to be key that UNLV, despite the home field disadvantage, if you will, they fight through that and come out here with a win.
So let's get to your starters for both teams, starting with the visiting Wyoming Cowboys. Demarion Dennis starts at the 1. Nasir Meyer starts at the 2. Caden Bennett starts at the 3. At the 4, or really at the 4th guard position, Leland Walker, who you mentioned that the Rebels need to stop if they want to win this game. And rounding out this one, the only forward in this Wyoming starting lineup, Keani Saxon. And for the UNLV Runnin' Rebels, of course, the all-conference player, thought to win player of the year, just lost out to Mason Falslev, Dre Gibbs Lawhorn. In the month of February, Dre Gibbs Lawhorn was the leading scorer in the entire nation. Leading the scoring in the nation in February. Coming into March, we'll see what he has tonight. Howie Fleming at the 2, Kamani Hamilton at the 3, Jacob Benarby at the 4, and Walter Brown starting at the 5. How do you like this construction of this lineup? Especially, Tyron Jones was just named to the all-defensive first team, and he's coming off the bench. How do you like that construction?
I think it's a good idea to space out Benarby and Jones as much as possible. They're both absolute menaces on the defensive side, but offensively, they're kind of a similar play style. So I do think it's smart because whenever Benarby needs a break, throw in an all-defensive player in Tyron Jones. He's going to be a force in the paint tonight, and honestly, I don't see how Wyoming's going to score inside. But of course, as we saw in the last game against UNLV, they didn't need to score inside. They shot the heck out of the 3-ball that game.
Shooting 50% from the field, I believe a shot, although a 7 for 21 from the 3. UNLV only shot 11 threes that game. This is a very different team coming off a hot streak with their hair on fire. Vegas wants them to win, as in the Vegas community. They want them to win, and Josh Pastner is trying to oblige with that. A 16-15 record here tonight. Wyoming with a good record themselves, although the 9 seed coming in at 18-15. No quad 1 wins, though. They play a very specific style of defense, though. They hold every team, whether it's Texas Tech, Utah State, Boise State, they hold them pretty well. So tip-off just moments away here. Benarby and Keani Saxon will do battle at the half-court logo. Tip is off, and it goes back to Kamani Hamilton. He just passes it over to Drake Gibbs-Lawhorn, and we are off in game 1 here. Howie Fleming, the triple-double machine here, gets it over to Kamani Hamilton. He's under the rim, and he can't hit. Saxon over Walker now. Guarded by Benarby. Just right of the elbow. Now kicks it over to Meyer. Meyer guarded by Hamilton. Poked away by Walter Brown. Good anticipation there from the kid from New Zealand to get it out and start this UNLV run. Hamilton fires a 3. That's no good. And Wyoming starts out with 2 empty possessions on defense. They can't hit again, so must be a lid on the bucket here in this first minute.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Great rebound I saw from Demarion Dennis. Even though he's a small guard, 2 strong hands grab the defensive rebound. But now
Benarby fighting in the post there and getting one on the board for the Runnin' Rebels. They start this night in the post. Off a Kamani Hamilton missed 3, they go back to what's been working for them all season, and it's putting the ball in the post. Walker down the lane, finds a man, and gets an easy lay off the glass. Saxon, the only forward, as we mentioned, on this team, puts the Cowboys up on the board in a 2-2 ball game with 8:30 left to go. Lawhorn at the top of the key, trying to get it to Hamilton in the left corner, and just goes over the head of Hamilton over there near the Wyoming bench.
Now we saw that Leland Walker gravity in full force. Benarby completely left Saxon wide open under the rim. Easy pass for Leland to make, and that's 2 points for Wyoming.
Still a 2-2 ball game off the Drake Gibbs-Lawhorn turnover. Sundance Wicks in his second season meets also a head coach in one of their first seasons, Josh Pastner, his first season. Walker over to the corner, right wing 3 for the Cowboys. That can't hit. They get their own rebound. Walker, top of the key, gets Walter Brown to hit and goes down the lane like a knife through butter and hits the little reverse layup off the glass to put the Wyoming Cowboys up by 2.
Yeah, good offensive possession there for Wyoming, especially the offensive rebound over Howie Fleming Jr. We know is a good rebounding guard.
Falling away, Lawhorn can't hit. Rebound, Walter Brown. He hits one falling away. Kamani Hamilton gets the rebound, and he's fouled, so Kamani will go to the line in the act of shooting. And we see a Cowboy kind of going off, holding his face there. That is Meyer. looking to be injured. And the thing that I love about this game, we see these two coaches, no quarter zips will be had in this tournament, both wearing suits. Of course, head coach Sundance not wearing the tie there, rocking a suit without a tie. We see Josh Fassner, of course, with his coveted red tie. Do you like the head coach suit look, or are you more of a quarter zip guy?
Although I am wearing a quarter zip right now, I gotta say I'm a suit guy personally. Kind of not necessarily reminds me of a better time, but growing up, that's obviously the time you're going to review in your mind most fondly. And of course, everybody was wearing suits back then. So I'm definitely, I don't know about the no tie look, but suit definitely.
Kind of reminds you of Pat Riley, the godfather of head coaches, wearing a suit. And really, the pandemic changed all that. I mean, you don't really want to wear a suit in the pandemic. I get it. So we switched to the quarter zip, at least in the NBA. And I feel like it had the trickle-down effect. Now everyone's wearing quarter zips. And I don't think we've seen a game where Josh Pastner hasn't worn a suit. So a little old school from him, trying to bring this program back to its old school ways.
Yeah, he wants that 1990 success. He's going to dress like it's 1990. And he absolutely commands respect from his players. And a part of that is wearing the suit. He's not cutting any corners. He wants to show that he's a professional for his players.
So the review is called as on the floor or in the short. Excuse me. The call is fouled in the act of shooting for Kamani Hamilton. Still, the transfer from High Point will go to the line for 2 shots. One of the best free throw shooters on this team. However, you mentioned before we started the stream that they were not good at the free throw line in Laramie.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely crucial because they're called free throws for a reason, not paid throws. Every single one that you miss will come back to haunt you.
Kamani Hamilton's good from the first. No, puts the Rebels within 1. His next shot could tie it up. Hamilton from the line and hits both to tie this one up with 17:38 left to go. No pun intended there, just the time on the clock. Leland Walker on the left wing, now moving to his right, gets it over to the corner. Now gets it back. Bernarby guarding. Walter Brown guarding. And Walker's little right block jumper can't go. Rebels looking to push the pace. Fleming now in the lane. Off the glass and good. A tough bucket by Howie Fleming Jr.
Yeah, we saw the savviness there from Fleming. Even though he's a smallerish guard, he is built wide. Goes right into the paint, gets a shoulder bump, gets the layup off the glass.
Surprised this Wyoming team's going guards because this UNLV team is one of the most physical in the Mountain West. We'll see how that plays out as the Rebels have the lead 6-4. Down the lane, Kamani Hamilton can't get his hands on it. And Bennett ties it up at 6. Loudhorn still scoreless, gives it up to Brown. Now over to Hamilton, standing at the logo. Over to Bernarby on the left wing. Trying to get it over to Loudhorn. Goes to Hamilton in the left corner instead. Hamilton over to Walter Brown. He fires a 3. That's no good. Hamilton gets his big paws in there for the rebound. And Hargrove gets called for the foul for the Cowboys. Second team foul already. Jacob Bernarby coming out, for Tyron Jones. How do you like this early substitution by Pastor to bring in the star freshman?
As I said earlier, they're going to stagger both Bernarby and Jones. And honestly, keep them both fresh. Keep them both at their best defensively throughout the game.
Hamilton all alone from the 3 and cashes it in. Hamilton just off the inbound. Nobody was guarding him. They doubled Tyron Jones under the basket, trying to take away the lob. And Hamilton makes them pay for that one.
Yeah, Hamilton, a 35% three-point shooter this year. Key to hit that one early.
Leland Walker over to the right corner. Cowboys driving in the lane. Turnaround Jay and makes it good. Demarion Dennis. It's that too. 9-8 ball game. 15-44 left to go. Tyron Jones now at the top of the key. Just gives it over to Walter Brown. Back to Hamilton. He's on 3, just a possession to go. Still at the ball. Over to Lawhorn. Still scoreless on the right wing. Step back, long 3. Tipped away. Rebound Fleming. Over to Walter Brown. Quick trigger 3. No good. Lawhorn gets the rebound. Gets a man up in the air. Off the glass. And good.
He's shown emotion after that one. Bumped into Gavin Gores there, the tall forward in the game now, and gets it off the glass. He wanted to foul, but alas, we play on.
Cowboys looking to respond, and a foul on the floor. Kamani Hamilton picks up his first. Josh Pastner really advocating Wyoming 8 with 15:03 left to go. Welcome back inside the Thomas and Mack. A foul on the floor committed by Kamani Hamilton. There will be baseline out of bounds by Wyoming. Down by 3 here. Going down the lane. Isaac Williamson can't get his hands on it. And it'll be foul, an offensive foul here by the Rebels. And Wyoming getting the ball again. Wow. So a quick score there for the Cowboys, and then a turnover by the Rebels. This is a easy possession for the Cowboys. Turnaround, Jay, offline. Fight for the rebound. Poked away by Tyron Jones and the Rebels. It will stay right here with Wyoming and a fresh shot clock.
Yeah, unfortunate turnover there. Miscommunication between Williamson and Gibbs Lawhorn. But now they're gonna have to nut up and play some good defense.
Down the lane, blocked away by Tyron Jones. The ball is up in the air. Lawhorn can't get it. Recovered by Walter Brown on the right wing. Over to Tyron Jones and lays it in with an easy finger roll to extend this Rebel lead by 3.
There we see the athleticism by Jones. Gets a swat on one end, then runs the floor and gets the easy transition layup on the other end.
Now Wyoming pushing the ball around. On the right wing, they fake a 3. Guarded by Tyron Jones. Cowboys have 10 seconds left on the clock, and Tyron Jones just put his hands up in the air as he's called for that foul. It is on the floor, though, so no shots. His first, team's second. Now, Josh Pastner said in his case to the ref. This has been a team that's known to foul a lot. One of the top 25 teams in not only getting to the line on the offensive end, but also top 25 in committing fouls.
That's what you get when you play physical. You're going to foul a lot. You're going to get fouled a lot. So key is UNLV just needs to play their game. They'll be fine.
A missed shot over there. Now Lawhorn had 2 points earlier, still scoreless, or still has not scored since that point. Hamilton on the right wing, guarded by the smaller Walker. Over to Lawhorn, all alone in the left corner. Can't cash it in. And the Cowboys want to push the pace. Gets 2 men up in the air, and Jones still gets the block. Now Lawhorn going down the lane, and he's fouled. He's exchanging some words to that player, Sadie, who maybe fouled him a little too hard as Lawhorn goes down the lane and gets 2 free throws.
Yeah, we know that Gibbs Lawhorn. He is not afraid to get physical, especially on the fast break. Just go straight up. Sadie has nothing to do but foul him. Now he's going to be at the line to shoot 2.
Lawhorn, the Illinois transfer, was kind of that 7th to 8th man on that stacked Illinois team last year. Decided to put his name in the transfer portal with 2 years of eligibility left as he makes that first one. And has found a home here in Vegas. As we mentioned in the open, all Mountain West first team, one of the runner-ups to player of the year as he goes 2 for 2 from the line and extends this Rebel lead by 5. 13:30 left to go. Walker directing traffic from the logo. Wyoming setting up their options. A 3 from the right corner, just off the right rim, and Jones gathers the rebound. Tyron on the right wing. Misses Lawhorn there in the post. Over to Fleming now. He's on the right elbow. Spin move, turnaround, Jay! Can't hit.
Yeah, Fleming gets a nice look off of Sadie on a good turnaround, but unfortunately not able to hit that one.
Walker making plays all the way over on the left wing for the Cowboys. No good. And they get their own rebound. Lots of second chance rebounds for Wyoming tonight. Walker at the left elbow, kicks it over to the right wing. Cowboys have 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Now in the right block. Tyron Jones over there trying to make a play. Believe it's going to go on Fleming, though. What'd you see over there?
I saw a pretty late foul call, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but Fleming did reach in. I originally thought he just poked the ball because of the late whistle, but ref calls that he hit the arm, and now it's going to be 2 free throws for Hayden Bennett.
So Bennett at the line. Shooting 2, missing the first one. Bennett, a 6'4", 205 junior from Mansfield, Texas, averaging 10 a game with 5 rebounds and 2 assists here. Shooting a second and making a second. So cuts this Rebel lead down to just 4, 15-11, 12:25 left here in the first half. Lawhorn at the logo, kicks it over to Brown. He's just above the right elbow. Brown moving to his left, gets it over to Lawhorn, quickly doubled. Now hits a little retreat dribble at the top of the key, trying to get to his man. Over to Jones. Jones at the short corner, over to Brown. He has to fire up a 3. No good. Stout defense there from the Cowboys to force that empty possession. And Josh Pastner maybe telling Tyron Jones, just take him, man. I mean, you're in the short corner. That's your game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not what you want on an offensive possession for UNLV. On a team that thrives from so much depth and movement and just going against Longhorn on the ISO on a bigger defender, that's not going to work 100% of the time. And Tyron Jones, when he gets handed the ball, he's not looking to take the shot, which I think he probably should be. So he kicks it out to Brown, who has to fire up a deep three. That's not his game, really. And that's an air ball. So unfortunate offensive possession and a great defensive possession for the Wyoming Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys, they need to get it done on the offensive end. They're 0 for their last 6. No field goals in the last 3 minutes. UNLV's side, no field goals in the last 2:34. So we'll see who can put these punches and get these buckets in the basket after the break. Here in Las Vegas, UNLV holds the lead over the Cowboys, 15-11, just under 12 minutes to go. Justin, what have you seen from the first 9 minutes between these two Mountain West rivals?
Honestly, I thought I'd see a lot more three-point shooting from both teams, but it's been a real physical game, really going inside. As you mentioned, both teams without a field goal the past couple of minutes. We'll see if that changes here after the timeout.
Tyron Jones, a kick ball violation. Still 22 seconds left on the shot clock. 11:49 to go. Only 2 or 3 seconds ticked off the timer there. Wyoming gets it in safely. Now on the right wing. Over to the right corner. Fierce defense over there from Fleming. Step back three, an air ball. Wyoming gets the rebound. Lots of second chance plays here for the Cowboys. They just can't convert.
What I'm seeing here, UNLV's running a 2-3 zone, it looks like, which means that, yes, they're not going to be able to get a clean shot off on the first drive, but what they can do is get a lot of offensive rebounds for second chance points. Now, they haven't converted a lot of those, but if you're UNLV, that's something you need to clean up.
So the Rebels off a timeout there to avoid the 5-second call. Cowboys were playing a full court press. So a 30-second timeout means we're staying right here. 15-11. It just looks like the Rebels are they're slumping. They're a little sloppy here. And it kind of reminds me of what the Lady Rebels experienced just a game ago for them when they faced Colorado State to get to the championship. They started out a little sluggish, but still held the lead and eventually, collapsed. We'll see if the Rebels can turn it around right here. I mean, they're coming off a hot streak. Do you think the break kind of little poured some water on that fire?
Well, we'll see. I saw during that timeout, Passer was not happy with Tyron Jones, who I think Passer was screaming at him to go back to the front court to receive the inbound pass because Gonzalez was being smothered. But just like the Lady Rebs, there is a chance to correct those mistakes. And of course, the Lady Rebs lost to Colorado State, who would be the eventual Mountain West champions. But UNLV, they just need to take a breath, calm down, play their brand of basketball. They'll be good.
Isaac Williamson checking in here for the Rebels. So Cowboys again looking at this full court press. Isaac Williamson has to spend some energy getting the ball across half court and just gives it to Lawhorn. Now to Jones, back over to Bernarby on the left wing. Over to Lawhorn, they have 9 seconds. Lawhorn quickly doubled, over to Fleming, 6 seconds, going down the lane, taking a bump, gets a man up in the air, and gets the and one opportunity. Howie Fleming making plays.
What an absolutely savvy move by Howie Fleming Jr. Does the shot fake to get the defender up in the air. Then Fleming jumps, gets bumped, contorts his body in a strange way, but still gets it off the glass. And that's going to be an and one opportunity for the guard.
A great story here is one of the Wyoming head coach from Wyoming and gets the head coaching job here. I mean, he's recruited, I believe he's from Sheridan, Wyoming, as Fleming makes the and one opportunity, but from Wyoming and gets the head at the University of Wyoming. Probably a lifelong goal for him growing up watching Cowboys basketball, and now is the one in charge of coaching Cowboys basketball. A missed three by Wyoming, and a little charge for the rebound there, but nobody hits it, so it'll be off the Cowboys and UNLV side out. Still a 7-point lead here for the Rebels. 30-second shot clock. They're spending about 5 or 6 seconds every time given this full court press by the Cowboys to get it down the floor. But Narby now stands at the top. A lob pass over to Tyron Jones. Gets it into the lane. That one was a scary one. Little bobble there from Jones, but has the finesse to get it through the basket.
Yeah, and that was smart by both Gibbs Lawhorn and Tyron Jones. You see Gavin Gore out on the outside. So Jones, it's just the small guards down low. Jones gets the ball, immediately puts up the basket.
So we see a little post play here for the Cowboys. You know, UNLV gets a post play on the other end, and Wyoming's like, hey, we could do that too. They go down, and they get fouled. Still over their last 9 from the field. And now Meyer is going to the line for 2. 0 for 2 from the 3 today. Has not shot a free throw. And that's going to be a good free throw for Meyer and gets him on the board in the charity stripe category. Meyer at the line, shooting another one and making another one. 2 for 2 from Meyer. Cuts this lead down to just 7. Fleming has to get it in. Tyron Jones loses it and gets it back. Cowboys still playing that aggressive full court press. Isaac Williamson now the ball handler on the right wing. Over to Tyron Jones. He stands at the top. Quickly doubled. Has the ball poked away, and the Cowboys going down the lane in a dunk for Wyoming. 5-point lead here. Fleming down the lane, gets a man up in the air. Tyron Jones, back scratcher dunk from the left block.
Both teams match dunked right there. And we saw Tyron Jones be a little careless on one end. Bad spin move, gets poked away for an easy fast break dunk. But then Howie Fleming, once again with the fake, makes the defender jump and a nice pass to the cutting Tyron Jones.
Wyoming can't hit at the other end. Lawhorn, 3, that goes! A long-range 3 for GGL. He's pumped up. He's playing a little of his half-court press of his own. 25-15. And again, good defense from Lawhorn. He is hyped up, and that's exactly why Josh Paston recruited them. They match each other's energy so well. He's like a perfect fit for this program.
Not many times do you see a guy hit a three-pointer on one end and then poke the ball away out of bounds on the other. Great play by Gibbs Lawhorn.
Leland Walker, left wing three. He can't hit. Wyoming gets a rebound. Over to the right corner. They try another one. Offline again. And oh my goodness. Back to back. 3 second chance rebounds there for the Cowboys. Down 10 here. They're just not boxing out. And Gores there got like the 3rd second chance rebound and tried to do a mid-air putback and couldn't hit it. They're 1 for their last 14. So the refs are going to have to take a look at this one. It's, I believe, is going to be Wyoming basketball, so they'll have another chance at it. Over to the right corner, poked away by Tyron Jones. He has a full head of steam, hop, step, and a jump, and gets fouled on the way up. So he will go to the line for 2. Tyron Jones making the Rebels 4th for their last 4. 15 foul for the Cowboys as they're down by 10.
Yeah, we see the good and bad from Tyron Jones right there. You mentioned all those second chance rebounds. He was just kind of ball watching, not boxing out Gore. But then on the other end, he's so long and athletic that he does the little Euro step and gets fouled, although he doesn't convert. Now he has a chance for 2 at the free throw line.
Misses that one, shooting, I believe, just at 50% from the line. So, as you said, it's just a game of chance of whether he makes them or whether he misses them. But UNLV struggled at the line last time out against Wyoming. They need these easy points here to extend this lead. Jones at the line, shooting another, missing another, and Wyoming gets the rebound as Jones 0 for 2 from the line. The lead remains at 10 here for the Runnin' Rebels. On the left wing, finds Gores in the left block. Over, Bernarby can't hit. Bernarby played some good defense there without fouling. 1 for their last 15 are the Cowboys. Lawhorn gets it over to Bernarby, gets a man up in the air, and 1. Jacob Bernarby. That's like their 4th and 1 of the day for the Rebels. What are you seeing from them in terms of anticipation from the block?
I see a no-look pass from Dre Gibbs Lawhorn to the cutting Bernarby. Bernarby showing emotion, which is rare for him. He gets bumped, he puts it up. Now he's getting a chance for an and 1 opportunity.
Well, he was the only returner, and last year the Rebels were the 4 seed, had a bye, but then lost to Utah State. So, in reality, Jacob Bernarby has never won a tournament game as a UNLV Rebel. And so he wants to get that one on his accolade list. Shooting 1 here. And making 1. Gets the friendly bounce to go in from the left side. And 28-15, a 13-point Rebel lead. And Walker trying to get his team back into it. They're 1 for their last 15 here. Lucky they're only down 13. Walker on the left wing. Directing traffic over to the right. All the way into the corner. That does not go. 1 for their last 16. Wyoming gets the rebound again. Over to the right wing. 7:42 left to go. Shooting just 25% from the field. Over to the right corner. Gets a man up in the air. Then fires. That's no good. Walter Brown finally gets the rebound. 1 for their last 16 now. Offensive foul there. Leland Walker put his body on the line, and we will go to the break, but UNLV looking very, very small there in the post. Second chance rebounds. They find themselves up 13, though, so we will be back after this. 28-15 here, 7:24 to go. UNLV leads it. Wyoming just facing an all-time bad shooting night. 1 for their last 17. Has not hit a 3 today. Leland Walker has it poked away by Hamilton. Josh Pastner advocating for his guy, saying that maybe Walker touched it out first, but 0 for 10 from the 3. You don't see that too often, and just shooting 24% from the field, only down by 13 here. On the right wing. Now to the right corner. Cowboys making sure that ball doesn't stick, moving it around. Meyer over to the right corner. He fires a 3. No good. 0 for 11 now, and 1 for their last 18. Now Kamani Hamilton picks it up and gives it over to Lawhorn. He stands at the Mountain West logo, guarded by Meyer. Over to Hamilton on the right wing. Gives it to Bernarby just above the left elbow. Over to Lawhorn. Gets a man up in the air. Hop, step, fade away, jumper. Finds a way to find the bottom of the bucket. Lawhorn puts the Rebels up 15.
And that's tough from Lawhorn. Off 1 foot, kind of almost a dirt shot, for being a little bit honest, but the floater is good. And once again, we see this 2-3 zone, forcing Wyoming to shoot threes. And as I mentioned in the pregame, they all can shoot it maybe about 30-35%. There's no true 40% shooter out there.
Down the lane, trying to get it something to go. And that's the first field goal in quite some time by Naz Meyer. Cuts this lead down to 13. Isaac Williamson over to Walter Brown. Walter Brown can't get it to go. Be a half-court violation. The call on the floor, Coach Sundance Wicks yelling at the ref about something. Isaac Williamson just couldn't get his hands on that ball by Naz Meyer. And now the Cowboys are maybe out of that drought that they have having, so they're looking to put up some points. Walker moving to his left on Isaac Williamson, just above the right elbow. Has to kick it away. Meyer, quick trigger 3, no good. Rebound, Walter Brown. Brown maybe playing the 5 spot tonight. Going with the undersized rotation. I've seen that from Pastor and the crew these last couple games. It's been working. Bernarby on the left wing. Gonna take it himself. No good. He's gonna be fouled to the line for 1 and 2.
That's just Bernarby realizing he is the biggest man on the court. So when he drives to the rim, he's not gonna face much resistance until he's actually at the cup. And of course, draws another foul there.
Bernarby hailing from Anchorage, Alaska. Like you said, biggest man on the floor, but not by much. I mean, Gavin Gores is out there. He's 6'10", but only a 224. I think Bernarby's probably 6'10", 250. So having 25 pounds of muscle on him. Looking like a bigger wingspan as well. Universities don't publish that, but one can imagine that just by looking at his arms. Bernarby misses that one. 5:15 left to go. Rebels really need to extend this lead and be good from the free throw line if they want to put this Cowboys team away. Bernarby gains his composure and shoots the second, and nothing but net on the second free throw. 31-17. Leland Walker over to the left corner, over to Meyer. Meyer quickly double, goes down the lane. Finds Gores in the left corner, back to Walker on the left wing. Walker guarded by Hamilton, over to the right corner. Cowboys, every person has touched the ball tonight. Walker with 8, over to the corner to Meyer. He fires a 3. That's no good. And Gores finds the rebound and puts it back in.
Time and time again, UNLV unable. They get the contested shots. They're playing suffocating defense. They're unable to rebound. And that one ends up in the hands of Gores, uncovered underneath the basket for an easy 2.
Lawhorn fires a 3 right back at the Cowboys. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn making sure his team doesn't go on the opposite end of the run. Walker now guarded by the slower Benarbi. He's just going to go down the lane, realizing that he has the advantage in speed. And a nice kiss off the glass. And a 34-21 lead here for the Runnin' Rebels. Isaac Williamson over at the half court gives it to Kamani Hamilton. He stands at the logo, moving towards left, over to Walter Brown. Rebels really trying to slow down this pace here. Lawhorn, step back three, fouled from the three. And Sundance Wicks was right in front of that one. And he's yelling at his guy, Dennis, just to play without fouling. I mean, that's really been the story of this game. Wyoming already has 8 fouls tonight. But the Rebels have to put the ball in the basket from the charity stripe if they want to take advantage.
Yeah, Dennis, we saw him block a Gibbs Lawhorn 3 earlier in the game, so he figures he can do it again. But that time, gets a little too close for comfort, hits him on the wrist, and Gibbs Lawhorn will go to the charity stripe for 3 free throws.
So 3 free throws, not something you see too often. 34-21. When we come back, more Mountain West Basketball Championship action is on the way. Thanks for sticking with us here on UNLV Student Broadcasting. Gibbs Lawhorn at the line after he was fouled from the left corner. You're just joining us. Wyoming went on a streak. I think it was like 2 for 18 from the field. And that's why this UNLV lead has grown so much as Lawhorn picks up that second one. And you think it's the 2-3 zone? You want to elaborate on that?
Yes, because when you play the 2-3 zone, that's how you stop Leland Walker, because as soon as he gets into the half-court set, he's getting double-teamed. We've seen Kamani Hamilton. We've seen Howie Fleming Jr. We see Isaac Williamson kind of howling him. And the other three-point shooters on this team, they can make it, but they haven't so far. They're 0 for 13 from 3 right now. And it's not like they're wide-open threes that they're missing. Only about 2 or 3 of them have been. So contested threes, that's kind of been the game plan for Wyoming, and just hope for the offensive rebound.
So Lawhorn hits the triple trifecta from the line. Leland Walker down the lane and finds a way to get it to go. So a quick answer there by the Cowboys. Going away from the full court press maybe has helped them kind of getting their offensive momentum a little here. But they still have to stop the Rebels on defense. Hamilton misses and gets the ball poked away by Meyer off the foot of Hamilton. And an empty possession for the Rebels and a turnover caused by Wyoming.
And we saw Leland Walker do something a little bit different. He actually attacked the paint, which he hasn't really done. He's been being a little perimeter-centric so far, but finally drives to the cup and doesn't face much resistance.
Walker finds a Meyer in the lane, kicks it over to the right wing, over to Meyer again from the left corner. No good. Still 0 threes on the night for Wyoming. Now Lawhorn, a 3 menace over there, finds Hamilton in the lane. Bernarby with crystal clear vision to find Hamilton. And that was a good play by them.
Yeah, you said clear vision. I'd say 20/20 vision from Jacob Bernarby, seeing Hamilton all alone under the basket for the easy dunk.
Wyoming kicking it around all the way over to the corner. They're going to fire another 3, and it splashes in. Wyoming finds their first 3 of the night off the hands of Rojas. 1 for 15 tonight. Yeah, 39-26 ball game here. UNLV only leading by 13 despite the deficiency from 3 for the Cowboys. Bernarby over to Hamilton. Long range 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound on the floor. And it's poked off Wyoming. But the ref quickly corrects himself and poked off UNLV. I did see that it was off UNLV. Surprised that he called it the other way. Let's see here on the replay.
Yeah, that was clearly off Kamani Hamilton. The ref actually pointed at Hamilton and signaled UNLV ball. And the Wyoming bench and fans, they absolutely lost it. The ref quickly corrected his mistake, and now we play on.
Walker down the lane, behind the back, turn around from the left block, and air ball. But Wyoming gets their own rebound again. Meyer stands at the top. Over to the left to Rojas. Down the lane, and a good anticipation there from Kamani Hamilton to stop that easy paint score.
Yep, and great interior defense we saw from Bernarby there. Actually, I believe he tipped the shot from Walker, which is why it was an air ball. And then Hamilton, as the other guy driving down the court, pokes the ball away before he's able to put the shot up, but still Wyoming basketball.
Over to the corner. Rojas fakes the 3, going down the lane on Williamson. Just rolls out, off by an eyelash there. Hamilton will bring the ball up. Sometimes we've seen that this season, but it's mostly been Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn bringing it up. So Hamilton over to Bernarby. He's in the right short corner. Bounce pass over to Walter Brown, falling away. Walter Brown showing his pro experience, and that's a pro bucket.
Reverse layup, uses the rim to protect himself from 2 incoming Wyoming defenders. What a shot from the Aussie.
Bernarby called for the foul there on Leland Walker. UNLV still not in the bonus, which is rare. If I'm going to be honest, we've called every single game this year for UNLV, and they've only done that a couple of times. Just their 6th foul here with a minute left, and it'll be side out Wyoming. Walker at the logo, moving towards left, guarded by Williamson. They've loved to attack that matchup tonight. Walker over to Rojas, back to Walker. He fires a 3 from the right wing. That doesn't go. Wyoming gets the rebound, and UNLV just is getting dominated on the boards.
It's kind of like I'm watching the same possession every single time. Contested 3 for Wyoming is no good, so they get the offensive rebound. And in this case, on the putback, that is Gore. He gets fouled, and now he's going to shoot 2.
So Gore's over there, like we mentioned, a 6'10", 224, just a freshman from Cumberland, Wisconsin, averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, and less than assist a game. Makes the first. 41-27 here with less than a minute left to go here in the first. Gore spins the ball around his hand and shoots and gets it to go. So another 2 points tacked on for the kids from Laramie. Hamilton bringing the ball up again. I mean, he's got a small defender on him. That's over there. It's Dennis. Rojas switches on. Hamilton calling for the ISO. On the right elbow, over to Williamson. He fires a 3. That one falls. Isaac Williamson What play calling there from Kamani Hamilton to set that play up.
Yeah, honestly, it was almost like a decoy. Great job lulling sort of the defender on Williamson to sleep. He was ball watching. Hamilton, great vision, sling it over to Williamson for the open three, and he drills it.
44-30 or 44-28, excuse me. 21 seconds left to go. When we come back, Wyoming will have the last shot of the first half. Although they're 1 for 16 from 3. So what do you think we'll see from them? If you're a coach, Sundance Wicks, are you drawing up another 3? Are you having faith in your guys?
You have to get Leland Walker going. He needs some positive momentum going into halftime because he's been held to, I believe, he only has 6 points. Remember, last time he put up 28 against UNLV. So if they do not get him going, it's going to be a long day for them.
So we'll actually be staying here a quick 30-second timeout from both teams as they try to end the first half off well. UNLV leading by 16 here. And we've seen them prone to have great second halves. So we'll see what the Cowboys can do to kind of counteract that. So as I mentioned, Wyoming will have the last shot. Side out, Wyoming. 21 seconds. They will have the last shot if they decide to do that. But I'm sure if they get an open look from 3, they will decide to take it. The ball comes in over to Leland Walker, and it indeed will be the last shot he's just holding over there at the Mountain West logo. Now 10 seconds to go. Walker starts to move. He's moving to his right. Walker gonna take the ISO on Williamson. Over to, and a buzzer beater by Naz Meyer. He hits the right wing 3 to end the half.
And we saw once again Leland Walker. He draws Williamson and he gets Bernarby to follow him as well. Bernarby leaves his man Naz Meyer open from 3. Not the way you want to end that half for UNLV, but that is honestly still good by Walker to notice. He got Bernarby to come and switch on him as well. There is someone open from 3. Gets it out to him. Nice shot. Cuts the lead down to 13.
So a 13-point lead for the Runnin' Rebels here as we go to the second half. 15 minutes all that stands between us and the second. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Whitaker Lovitz joined by Justin Young here to my left. 44-31, UNLV leads it. What's going to be the halftime adjustment for Wyoming so they can get back into this game?
I don't know how much more of an adjustment you can really say besides start hitting your open three. You're getting decent looks, and when you take it into the paint, you're not being terrible. It's just struggling so hard from the perimeter. I don't know if it was nerves. I don't know what it is, but in all honesty, if they don't hit their threes, they're going to be out of this game.
And what's going to be the key for UNLV to keep this lead?
Rebound, rebound, rebound. Even though it doesn't seem like it with all the offensive rebound for Wyoming, both teams have the same amount of second chance points at 7. But that's not going to last long if Wyoming keeps getting all these offensive rebounds. So keep smothering them, keep getting contests on those shots, but you just need a rebound. That's the main emphasis.
So 44-31 here. Wyoming basketball. They did hit a buzzer beater at the end of the first half, so they will start with the ball here. 20 minutes left to go. Cowboys down by 13. Just below the left elbow. That was Meyer. Kicking it around. They have 10 seconds. The lob, the no good. Howie Fleming recovers the rebound. Good post defense from the Rebels. While Horn, mix and match. Can't get it to go. Now the Cowboys on the push. And Lawhorn picks up a foul. Oh my goodness, what a sequence of events to start this second half.
Yeah, we saw Gibbs Lawhorn shifty move to get past the defender on the right wing. Then as he went in for the layup, he lost the handle on it. And then the other way, maybe a little bit of that frustration from losing the ball. Gets a little too close to his defender and out of bounds Wyoming basketball.
On the right wing is Walker. He's dicing up the defense. Down the lane, blocked by Bernarby. Jacob playing great there in the painted area. Now Lawhorn dicing up his opponent just above the left elbow, all the way into the corner for Kamani Hamilton. He fires a three, no good. And then Wyoming Cowboys get the rebound off the hands and the big hands of Gores. Walker now at the left wing. A foul here on the floor against Jacob Bernarby. It will be against Jacob Bernarby. What'd you see there, if you saw anything?
Well, Walker picked up the ball, so that kind of signified Gore to sort of cut towards the paint. Bernarby wasn't really reading it and tried to catch up and got a little contact.
Kamani Hamilton, great job in the post to deny that one. Didn't get a block, but just played good defense without fouling. Kamani struggling all year without with fouling, excuse me. Lawhorn, quick trigger three, right wing, no good. Both teams can't hit. And Brown on the chase there. 2 early fouls here for the Rebels. Fouled Dennis, who had a steam going down the lane. His second personal. Tyron Jones checking in for Bernarby. If I'm Josh Pastner, I think I'm letting Bernarby play. He's been playing great.
Yes, but once again, we saw him get that foul early on. Keep his guys out of foul trouble. Kamani Hamilton's been in trouble all year. Tyron Jones a little bit. He doesn't want Bernarby to be in that same sort of category. So staggering him out, it's good for now. You have the lead.
Right wing. Jones getting bullied in the post there by the smaller defender. Bennett imposing his will on the young freshman. For 2, now it's an 11-point lead. UNLV yet to score a basket here in the second half. Walter Brown fakes a right wing 3. Over to Lawhorn. Lawhorn, physical, fade away, no good. Walker gets the rebound over. Blocked by, oh my goodness, what a block by Lawhorn. But Leland Walker comes up and cleans that one up. So a message here from Sundance Wicks at halftime, making sure the Cowboys lock in. From the short corner, Jones kicks it over to Kamani Hamilton. Hamilton, post in the paint. No good. Jones can't get the rebound. And the Rebels start off hot. Oh my gosh, what a lob from Leland to Gores. 44-37. The Cowboys have started out hot. And it's a rain of cheers here for Wyoming.
Yeah, sort of terrible offensive sets we've seen from UNLV. Just gives Lawhorn shooting contested shots, and they're not in position when that shots go up to either get a rebound or go back in transition. And we see it right here too.
And another bad shot from Lawhorn, just trying to have a fadeaway. And a third foul here on the floor by Wyoming. Crowd is absolutely loving it. And UNLV's gotta come up with something quick here. Again, no points in the last 5 minutes. Here in the second half, they have not put a ball in the bucket. So it will be baseline Wyoming. And they just throw the ball away to Williamson, who has an easy path to the basket, and just an errant pass there from Leland Walker.
Nothing short of a gift. UNLV sort of drowning there. Bad inbound pass, easy layup for Williamson.
Walker on the left wing, guarded by Williamson. Short corner, over. Now kicking it. Down the lane, easy layup. Bennett hits that one. 46-39 now. Rebels have to put something on the board if they want to keep this lead. Calling for the screen. Tyron Jones now stands just to the left of the Mountain West logo. Loses the ball, regains it. He has 10 seconds. Spin move, fouled. He's going to go to the line.
Yeah, and Tyron Jones, once again, a little bit of a loose cannon there. Almost lost hand on that ball, but somehow was able to wrangle it in as he drives to the basket. Gets hit on the arm. But honestly, UNLV, they sort of struggled opening up the second half. That's what happens. You get complacent. You see that you're up 13, even though a lot of that was just from a lot of missed Wyoming shots. Not really. Yes, UNLV, they've been playing their game on offense, but defensively, they've been getting bailed out. And now we see it early on here in the second half. They haven't adjusted. Clearly, Wyoming has.
So just a quick break here. We'll be back in a jiffy. $15:46 left to go. 46-39. UNLV currently leads it. Tyron Jones at the line. Wyoming has come out hot in the second half.
What's scary is that they haven't even done it by their bread and butter, the three-point line. It's all been in transition, all been in the paint, and UNLV has not been able to match their physicality so far early in the second half.
Jones at the line, shooting one and missing one. They need those free throws right now. They're trying to start a run of their own. Wyoming's currently 3 for 3. Jones needs 0 for 3 from the line. Jones shooting another one. Finds a way to roll in, and 1 for 4 from the night from Jones, but more importantly, extends this Rebel lead to 8. Walker now. Kicks it over. Now over to Meyer. Meyer guarded by Jones. Quick screen. Meyer down the lane. And fouled there. Meyer will go to the line on Isaac Williamson, his first, and already the team's 5th foul. I praised them so much in the first half for not having that many fouls, and they already have 5 within the first 5 minutes.
Once again, we see that second half game plan for Wyoming go into the paint. And Williamson, sort of the sad part, he didn't need to reach in from behind. Meyer was going up against Jones, and we all know Jones is a great shot blocker. Really, I don't think that ball had any chance to go in, but Williamson reaches in from behind, and the first free throw from Meyer is good.
So Meyer at the line, trying to make this a 6-point game here. Rebels led it as much as 13. Shooting another, missing another. Cowboys get the rebound. Now Walker moving to his left, guarded by Hamilton, gets him up in the air, over to the right wing, now to the right corner. Meyer fouled. He will go to the line, back for 2. And another foul on Isaac Williamson.
Once again, not being able to rebound off a missed shot kills UNLV. And it's Williamson again. Not much he can do. Great ball movement. First the pass by Leland Walker, and the swing by Rojas to Meyer. Tries in. Williamson, although he was outside of the restricted circle, he didn't stand his ground, and now Meyer is going to shoot 2 again.
Meyer, perfect at the line today, and misses that one. So 47-40, 15-15. Left to go. Meyer shooting a second one, missing the second one, and the Rebels get the rebound that time. So Meyer was perfect. 4 for 4 at the line and goes 0 for 2 that time. Hamilton now on the left wing, moving to his right, in the post, physical play. And a physical foul sends Kamani Hamilton to the line for 2.
Yeah, back to basics. You don't need a Gibbs Lawhorn crazy mid-range or crazy 3 to score points. Hamilton, he's with such that long reach, he's able to step past his defender, gets a shot up, and gets fouled. So we'll go to the line for 2.
So Kamani Hamilton shooting 2 for 2 from the line. Just 7 points today, 2 for 7 from the field. Hamilton making the first, extends this UNLV lead to 8. Hamilton, the kid from Mississippi, fires the second and can't hit the second. And there's a foul on the play. Hamilton going up, and I believe it's going to be Howie Fleming. Howie Fleming Jr., 4 personal fouls here. How big of a loss is that for, the Rebels, given that now every foul will send Wyoming to the line?
Yeah, and unfortunately, UNLV's guard rotation, it's not that deep. It's really Fleming, Lawhorn, and Williamson at this point of the season. And with him in foul trouble, it really shortens that rotation. Obviously, Gibbs Lawhorn, he's going to play 40 minutes, as like he does. But, yeah, just a over-the-back foul on the rebound attempt, just not necessary.
Shooting 1-and-1, gets it to go on the first one is Meyer. Meyer at the line, shooting another. 15:02 left. 7-point lead for the Scarlet and Gray. Meyer shooting another one. and goes perfect from that time. Substitution for the Cowboys. Number 11 for Wyoming. Gores comes back in. Hamilton's going to be guarding, or going to be inbounding the ball, excuse me. Gets it over to Williamson. Wyoming, again, not playing that press that we saw in the second half. Williamson on the right wing. The Rebels really need a bucket right here. Over to Bernarby. Thought he was fouled. Not going to go. Tyron Jones on the left wing. Spin move. Turned around. No good. And Wyoming gets the ball and pushes it up court. Leland Walker taking his time. 14 minutes left to go. Guarded by Jones. And it will send back to the line. Meyer. Tyron Jones. His third personal foul already. 8th team foul on the day. 14 minutes left to go.
Yeah, and we've seen UNLV was up 46-33 at halftime, and now that score is now 48-42. Overall, weak offensive possessions. They were able to stop the transition offense that time, but even then, Meyer, kind of savvy, bumps into Jones, draws the foul, and he makes the first free throw.
Walter Brown coming in for the Rebels in replace of Tyron Jones. So Meyer at the line tonight, only missed 2. Shooting another one and making another one. Meyer has cut it down to 4. Bernarby, he will take the ball up. Over to Lawhorn. Lawhorn just 4 for 10 on the day, 2 for 5 from 3. Lawhorn on the left wing, quickly doubled over to Hamilton, back to Lawhorn, gets a man up in the air, sidestep 3, air ball. Walter Brown gets the rebound, and he's fouled there. I was going to say he was absolutely hacked. If they didn't call that one, I think they need to take a second look, but they did call it, which sends UNLV back to the line.
Yeah, Gibbs Lawhorn, once again, just didn't quite get his feet set. He was moving on that three-pointer, even though he was relatively open. But good job by Brown, understanding that the ball was going to be short of the basket. Gets a rebound. Unfortunately, misses the first free throw.
I think it's this basket, partner. I really do think it's this basket that they're shooting on because, Wyoming struggled on this basket. Now UNLV's coming down and struggling on this basket as Walter Brown misses the first free throw. Brown shooting another one and splashing another one. 49-44, a 5-point lead here for UNLV. Leland Walker's the one to take it up. Guarded by Lawhorn. Now switches on to Williamson. Back to Walker. Walker gets Williamson on the lane. Blocked by Brown. But sends Wyoming to the line for another pair of free throws. Walter Brown, third personal here. 9th team foul. Sends Gores to the line. Gores shooting 2. Making 1. Wyoming still not yet had the lead in this game. Only down by 4 with Gore shooting another one at the line. Gores from the charity stripe. Misses that one. Rebound Wyoming. Walker over to the right side. Right wing 3. Splashes it in. Wyoming only down by 1. 49-48 here at the Thomas and Mack. It's pandemonium here in Vegas.
It's all on the rebounds. If UNLV gets defensive rebounds, this game wouldn't even be close. But if I was Coach Shaw's passer, I would tell all my players, every single one of you, go for the rebound off the chop. Find someone to box out, jump for the ball. Because they're getting killed on the glass. That's really it. But, of course, finally, that three-point shooting that Wyoming's known for, they get one here to cut the lead down to 1.
Still a 1-point lead when we come back. Thanks for sticking with us here on UNLV Student Broadcasting. Wyoming on a run here, only down by 1 after trailing by as much as 13 here. Went on a 2 threes, excuse me, in the first half, and now has been splashing them as of recent. 13:20 left to go. Still, Wyoming never has held the lead here. Williamson on the right wing. He's going down in the post. Quickly doubled. Has to get out. Gets it out to Brown just in time. Brown with 7 seconds. Over to Hamilton. He's in the short corner. Down the lane. Can't get the foul call, but gets his own rebound and a shot clock violation.
I think Hamilton and Brown thought that the ball actually did hit the rim, but alas, it was not. And once again, we see sort of UNLV just lost on offense. They're not able to generate open looks, and they're really not able to just do what they did in the first half.
Now Wyoming with a chance to take the lead here. On the left wing, in the post. No foul call there off the missed shot by Gores. And Gore's going to be called for the foul there. Looks like a push in the back. His second personal, 4th team foul on the day. So side out UNLV. Walter Brown will be the inbound man. Gets it over to Lawhorn. No field goals for the Rebels in the last 4 minutes and counting. Williamson now to Walter. Walter Brown at the top. Brown over to Williamson. Rebels again have 10 seconds. Over to Hamilton. Hamilton trying to take his man ISO. Oh, into the post and gets the sky hook to go and one. That's what the Rebels needed right now.
Badly needed, may I add. You said it was 4 minutes without a basket. It felt like 40, if we're being honest. But Hamilton, once again, he's been the only one to sort of get, I'm not even say good looks, decent look at the cup, and fights through the contact, lays it off the glass, and have a chance for an and one opportunity.
Little Kareem there. Action, getting the sky hook to go. You don't see that in today's game nearly at all. Hamilton hits the and one opportunity and pushes this UNLV lead to 4. I wonder if Leland Walker has something to say about that. So good all day today. 8 points. Relatively shut down, but he's made plays without the basketball. Now Walker with 9 seconds, guarded by Tyron Jones. Between the legs, over. Trying to get a fadeaway, no good. And it's off the hands of Kamani Hamilton. Wyoming didn't even get the rebound, but it's their ball.
Yeah, you mentioned, even without them technically grabbing the rebound, they still retained possession off a missed shot. Hamilton just didn't see the defender behind him. Defender kind of poked the ball, but Hamilton touched the last, and it'll be Wyoming basketball.
Don't go anywhere. 11:45 left to go. This game's still far from decided. When we come back, UNLV, Wyoming doing battle here at the MAC. The Wyoming fans going crazy for their team. 52-48. Inbound pass by Leland Walker. Gets it out just in time here. Cowboys down by 2. Or down by 4, excuse me. Blocked by Kamani Hamilton. Lawhorn going down the lane. Over to Walter Brown. Gets it over to Tyron Jones on the left wing. And the Cowboys are lucky to stop that transition offense by the Runnin' Rebels. Jones in the lane. Too big. Can't hit. Kamani Hamilton fighting for the rebound. And gets it. Hamilton in the short corner. Maybe playing with some inspiration after the Cowboys have dominated the Rebels on the boards all night.
Kamani Hamilton on both ends gets the block at one end on Meyer. Good job not to foul. And then on the other end, even off the missed layup by Tyron Jones, fights for the offensive rebound.
Walter Brown gets it in just barely to Tyron Jones. He's going to take him. And a charge foul
Blocking foul.
Blocking foul, excuse me. He was trying to take the charge. So Tyron Jones down the lane, he's so good there. Down there in the lane, blocking foul there in the right block. So Jones to the line, who has only made one out of his many opportunities at the line.
And this is a 1-and-1, so there's a very good chance UNLV walks out of this possession with no points.
Jones, one shot made today from the charity stripe. Shooting another one and missing another one. And I believe that's going to go on a Wyoming foul. They're down below the basket. Meyer getting called for that one. His third personal, 8th team foul. Rebels are now in the bonus. Or they've been in the bonus, I should say. But it's not going to be Tyron Jones at the line. It will be, I believe, Walter Brown shooting the 2. And just a hook there from Meyer. We see it on the big screen. Walter Brown just trying to get those rebounds, swallow them up like Howie Fleming. And how big of an impact has Howie Fleming made this season? And how big of an impact is it not to have him in this game, given all that he can do, not scoring the ball?
I mean, you can talk about his 2 triple-doubles. You can talk about how Josh Passner said that he's a stat sheet stuffer. But honestly, what he brings sort of that secondary offense that if Gibbs Lawhorn is a little bit off, he can pick up the pace a tiny bit, and he can make the passes. He can play defense. He's kind of just maybe the most complete player on this UNLV team.
So, under review here at the Jerry Torkanian court, which is now the Mountain West Championship court. Under review to fix the clock here at 11 minutes, 52-48. We'll step aside shortly. So the call on the floor, a flagrant 1 foul here. Justin, what'd you see in terms of aggressiveness there?
It was just a hook going for the loose ball off a rebound. Respectfully for Tyron Jones, kind of expected a miss free throw. But Meyer, he's not as big as Brown, so in order to try to get leverage, he tried to hook him. And not only was it the hook, it was the yank while he was hooking him. That upgraded the call to a flagrant 1.
Brown missing the flagrant free throw. He will shoot another. But UNLV's just been abysmal from the line today. or 14 for 21, and has come in some pretty crucial moments here. Brown shooting another, missing another. Walter Brown going 0 for 2 from the line, and he's 0 for 4 on the night. You just got to hit those. I mean, when it's given to you, you got to hit them. So Walter Brown will be the inbound man. There is 15 seconds added to the clock. We forgot to mention that. That's why they went to review. They added 15 seconds to the clock. So 11:15 instead of 11 on the scoreboard. Gets it into Kamani Hamilton just above the left elbow. He's going to take him over to Williamson. Left wing three. Bingo! Isaac Williamson kind of shutting this Wyoming crowd up.
Huge tray from Isaac Williamson. Great job once again by Hamilton, kind of drawing that defender because of his physical presence.
And a tie up there on the floor. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn hyped up.
Jump ball there. Good job by Gibbs Lawhorn, by Jones, by Brown, and Williamson to hound the defender on the floor. And possession arrow, that goes to UNLV.
UNLV getting a little hyped up here as the Rebels chants fill the arena, fill their home arena. But we see more yellow than we do red.
Yeah.
Hamilton on the left wing, over to Williamson. Williamson trying to draw the foul and just puts up a one-legged, kind of throws it at the basket. Not a good shot there from Isaac Williamson. Thought he was going to get the foul, and the refs say no. So an empty possession here for the Rebels. And now the Cowboys take it. On the left wing, Rojas taking Williamson. Puts up a shot and gets it in. 5-point lead for UNLV. 10 minutes left to go here in this game. Lawhorn been relatively quiet tonight. Just 15 points, 4 for 11. Over to Walter Brown in the left wing. Over to Hamilton in the left short corner. He's guarded by Gores. Hamilton over to Williamson. He fires another three. That's just offline. Hamilton goes crashing into Dennis. Hamilton will be called for the foul, and he's down for the count right now, getting helped up by Tyron Jones and Walter Brown. His second personal, 10th team foul. That means Wyoming's in the double bonus from here on out. 9:43 left to go, and they will go back to the line. 4-2.
There's no reason to do that for Kamani Hamilton. Loose ball between two Wyoming players. As it's being grabbed by one of the Wyoming players, Kamani sort of splits them, knocks them both over. And now it's going to be Dennis at the line for 2 free throws.
Shooting two, which an opportunity to cut it down to one possession for one of the first times tonight. Dennis making the first. Last time these two faced in the tournament, it was in the first round, and UNLV ended up losing that one 56-59 favor Wyoming. And a one-possession game here at the on the campus of UNLV, 55-52. Rebel currently leads it. Williamson over to Lawhorn. He stands at the logo. Now moving to his right. Trailing and stepped out of bounds was Walter Brown. Here's an opportunity for Wyoming to tie it.
Walter Brown, he's not played his best game of basketball today. Great no-look pass from Gibbs Lawhorn for cutting Brown, but he just doesn't know where he is on the court. Out of bounds, Wyoming basketball.
Wyoming going down the lane. And it looked like a travel there. The refs do not call it there. Crown wants to call. They will not get it. Rojas dicing up Tyron Jones. Blocked by Tyron. And gets it back. And a foul on the floor. Isaac Williamson there called for the foul. Great anticipation there from Hargrove. Tyron Jones is going to pick his fourth foul up, so it's not on Isaac Williamson. He was trying to get back there. It sends the Cowboys back to the line.
Yeah, well, once again, after the block by Jones, no one's there to sort of get the deflection. Goes straight into Harrico's hands, and as he goes up again, Jones trying to search for another block, gets a little handsy.
Cowboys been so good from the line. 13 for 18. That makes them 14 for 19 now. UNLV, no points in the last 2 minutes. With an opportunity to make it a 1-point game here. Harrico, perfect from the line, has not missed tonight. And puts it in. A 1-point game here. 55-54. UNLV leads it. Wyoming fans getting up on their feet. Hamilton on the right wing. 8:50 left to go on the clock. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Williamson now on the left wing. Rebels have to go here. They have 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Hamilton, quick fire three. Not going to go. And the Rebels can't get the rebound. Wyoming takes the ball. And on a 2-bucket here, they could take the lead. Leland Walker on the left wing, going down the lane, just missing it. Rebound Wyoming, and put back up. Dennis gives the Cowboys the first lead of the game for them.
Inexcusable. That's just inexcusable from UNLV. You have Kamani Hamilton, Walter Brown, Tyron Jones all just staring at the ball as the small man Dennis goes up, gets a rebound, gets the putback.
Now Tyron Jones in the corner, trying to get it to go. No good. Tyron Jones offline in 3 minutes and counting for the Rebels without a point. They're down here now, down by 1. Wyoming could take it here. The lob, it's good. Leland Walker to Gores. 58-55, Wyoming leads it. And they're on a 10-0 run. We'll be back right after this. $58-55 left to go. 7:41. Wyoming with the first lead of the night for them. Up by 3 here. They were down as much 13, but fought back in the second half. Lawhorn doubled in the corner. Gets it over to Fleming. First time we've seen Fleming in a while here with 4 fouls here. Lots of Rebels playing with 4 fouls. Fleming on the left wing. Over to Lawhorn. Fakes a 3. 14 seconds left. Over to Hamilton. He fires a 3. That's good! And Gores could do nothing but just put his head up in the air. And it's an all-tie ball game here.
Gives Lawhorn driving to his right, drew Gore off of Hamilton, and Hamilton can shoot the 3. He's done it already in this game, so not shot.
Hamilton has to be careful, playing with 2 fouls already. Wyoming so good from the 3. Now Rojas, guarded by Fleming. Step back 3 for Rojas, no good. And Leland Walker gets the rebound. Bounce pass over to Rojas, and good. That was Harakov, excuse me, with that one, but it's just been a absolute horrid night for the Rebels down there in the block, trying to get those rebounds. And on the offensive side, too, Wyoming has 18 to UNLV's 10. Lawhorn trying to get something to go. Over to Jones, back to Hamilton. Rebels moving the ball all around the horn. Over to Fleming. Hamilton fires a 3, no good. And no rebound by the Rebels again. They just can't. It seems that if they don't score the first possession, get back on defense is the mentality right now.
They're proving that size isn't everything, because the undersized Wyoming is getting all of these rebounds. It's about boxing out. It's about jumping at the apex for the rebounds. UNLV's just not executing.
Leland Walker with a sky hook. That's no good. And a familiar foe in Hallie Fleming gets the rebound. Lawhorn on the right wing. Turnaround Jay falling away and can't hit. Lawhorn doesn't have to shoot that shot. These are tough shots. He does not have to be shooting right now.
It's early in the shot clock, as you mentioned. It's just, you don't have to shoot it yet. You're not down by 15. You don't need to shoot your way back into the game. If you do that, you're just going to shoot your way out of this game.
Rojas guarded by Fleming. Over to Walker on the right wing. Walker down the lane. Gets 2 men up in the air. And Fleming gets a hand on it. He's been so impactful. Now Fleming on the right corner. Over to Hamilton. Finds him in the lane. But he's fouled. I want to talk about, Howie Fleming comes into the game, immediately gets the rebound, gets the block, comes down and gets the assist. These are things that don't show up in the box score, or at least the most good looking is the points. But Howie Fleming is so good from everywhere else.
And talk about the gumption on him, playing with 4 fouls, goes for the block from behind. That is so easy for the refs to call a foul just because they feel like it, but stays clean, gets a nice dish to Hamilton, and he misses the first free throw.
Leland Walker gets his 3rd personal foul. He's going to stay in this game. He's played a lot of minutes tonight. I don't think we've seen him not on the court once.
Yeah, he's matching Gibbs Lawhorn that they both played every single minute. Both of these teams are leaders. Now, as we come down to the final minutes of this game, could be a little see like who is the better leader as we come down to these final minutes.
A 1-point lead here for the Cowboys. 60 to 59, 5 minutes left to go. Down the lane, blocked by Walter Brown. And an offensive board by Leland Walker. Down to Gores and a dunk. Jeez. Lots of momentum swings here. 62-59. Wyoming leads it. Hamilton guarded by Gores. Down the lane. Gonna be fouled. He's gonna go back to the line. Hamilton has been so good at just getting into the post.
Composure there. He honestly, if he wanted to, on the pick and roll, his defender went under the screen. If he wanted to, he could have pulled the 3. But he stayed smart, realized it was not his shot, then flipped into the post, put up a shot, and got fouled. Now for 2 free throws.
Gores picks up his 3rd personal foul, so Walker and Gores both playing with 2. And Hamilton, who's normally money from the line, has missed both of his shots of his last 2 attempts at the charity stripe. Gores is going to check out. Replacing is Saxon. Hamilton shooting another one. And making another one. 62-60, 4:38 left to go. Wyoming has the lead here. Rebels have been getting dominated on the glass and has been shooting free throws very well. The Cowboys just pushing it in the paint. Over to Saxon. Saxon gets it over to Walker. Walker guarded by Lawhorn. Over to the corner. Cowboys 3. No good. Walter Brown with the rebound. And Lawhorn with 4 minutes left to go. Down by 2. On the right wing. Guarding his man. Gets the ball tipped away from him. Still has time. Rebels need to be smart about this shot. Walter Brown, quick trigger 3. Makes it. Rebels with the lead.
Never has Walter Brown hit a bigger shot in his UNLV career. The Kiwi puts the Rebels up 1. It's going to be a timeout for Wyoming.
So the Cowboys looking to talk things over as they just lost the lead. 63-62. Back in 4th game here at the first round of the Mountain West Championships. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Welcome back inside of the MAC. Whitaker Olympics joined by Justin Young here. Rebels lead it by 1 point here. Down to crunch time. 3:43 left to go. Rebels only have 1 timeout. Both teams in the double bonus. Lawhorn has not cracked 20 today. Only 15 points. Leland Walker down the lane, over to the right corner. Fakes a 3 is Meyer. And Dennis getting aggressive defense by Howie Fleming. Now Walker, spin move on Lawhorn. Blocked away by Tyron. Oh my goodness. Blocked away by Tyron. And then Walter Brown with a little too much mustard on that one to Jones. And he can't corral it. So a good block, but it's going to be Wyoming basketball at the other end.
That's just all of the emotions right there. Not only does Jones get the block on Walker, well, Brown actually gets the rebound, but no reason for the pass that early. And why are you passing to Jones and not Gibbs Lawhorn? I don't know. Just confusing all around.
So now Wyoming with another chance to take the lead. Gets a man up in the air, and Dennis connects. 64-63. Again, a back-and-forth game. It always is. with Laramie and Las Vegas. Both L's in the conference. Trying to be the best L. Hamilton now in the short corner. He's taking his matchup over to Walter Brown. Fires another three. Connects. And one. Walter Brown. Oh my goodness. Have a day, Walter Brown. 2 threes for him. And they've been clutch. Ice in his veins. Walter Brown, have a day.
He's only a 32% three-point shooter, but arguably the 2 biggest shots of this entire game from Walter Brown. Run from the top of the key and one from the corner. What a way to finish from the Kiwi.
So Bennett for the Cowboys will foul out of this game. That's his 5th personal foul. And Brown to make a 4-point play. Misses it. That's more of the same what we've seen from the Rebels tonight, but they will take the 3-point play, and now they're up by 2. 66-64, 2:30 left to go. Walker, guarded by Lawhorn, taking a bump, now in the short corner, gives it up. Over to Rojas. Rojas, guarded by Jones, takes a tough fadeaway, and it's all knighted up here. Rojas. Also with ice in his veins. 2:12 left, and who else would you want but Gibbs Lawhorn handling the ball? But I would give it to Brown again. I mean, he's hot. Lawhorn over to Brown. Fakes a corner 3. Back over to Hamilton at the top. Hamilton gonna take him. Dunked by Hamilton. 68-66, 1:45 left to go.
I can't, Kamani Hamilton, the play sort of died, but he somehow revived it, took Gore to the cup, and with the slam.
Walker faking a 3, now kicking it back over. Gets it back, guarded by the fierce Tyron Jones. Gonna go to the post. Walker has to turn around. Gets it over to Rojas. Contested 3, no good. And a putback dunk by Gores, a thunderous slam, 68-68. 1 minute left to go. Gores has been the MVP of the night for the Cowboys. Tyron Jones in the lane, doesn't get the foul call, poked away by Kamani Hamilton, and last touch by Wyoming. Oh my goodness, what a sequence of events here.
Yeah, Jones going in. He thought he drew a foul, which is why maybe he was a little weak going up with it. But then what a play. Rojas thought he had the rebound. That's Meyer, excuse me. He thought he had the rebound, but then Hamilton pokes it out of nowhere, and they're going to say that's off the thigh of Meyer.
So 1 minute left to go with the Rebels tied up here. Lawhorn down the lane. Can't get it to go, just off by a hair. 54 seconds left to go. Lawhorn and the Cowboys want to take a timeout. Lawhorn just shooting 4 for 13 on the day. And 54 seconds left to go. We'll step aside shortly. One, who will survive and advance in this one and done tournament here at the Mountain West Basketball Championships. Wyoming has the ball. Justin, who are you going to give it to?
Even if he's not going to take the shot, you have to get it into Leland Walker. He has generated so much offense for Wyoming, and even if he misses the shot, it's a good chance he'll get grab the offensive rebound, especially with Gore, how he's played at the plate.
I'm giving it to Gores. Let the man cook down there. He's just been a monster down there in the paint. And Walker will take it. He has 5 rebounds there. Dennis, number 1, has 10. Now Gores, he's going to take Tyron Jones in the lane. Get it to go. Gores with ice. 36 seconds left. Tyron Jones. Well, they will take the timeout. Rebels want to talk it over. So another quick break for us. Don't go anywhere. So we're back here. Thanks for sticking with us. You better hold on to your seats here. Hopefully you have a snack to your side because this has been a tasty matchup between UNLV and Wyoming if you're a basketball fan. I mean, back and forth all game. UNLV on the line. 70-68 Cowboy lead. 33.9 left to go. It will be Howie Fleming to inbound the ball. Over to Kamani Hamilton. So they have to score here or else they have to go to the foul game. Hamilton in the post. Season on the line. Connects and one! Kamani Hamilton! Oh my gosh! Wow, Kamani Hamilton.
In the biggest moment of the season for Kamani Hamilton. Gets to that paint, which he likes so much, with Meyer on him. Rises up, even with the contact, and gets the nice roll. He'll be shooting the and one.
So Kamani Hamilton shooting one to take the lead here. Been shooting just 6 for 9 from the field. From the free throw line, excuse me. And it rolls around, a toilet swirl there for Hamilton. Walker's going to take the last shot here. But before we'll get to go to timeout here, 71-70. We're going to stay right here. 30-second timeout. 14 seconds left. Are you giving it to Walker again, or are you going back to the man that's been hot all night?
I think whatever it is, it's going to be some sort of misdirection, you know? I think it might start out with Walker, but he might immediately get it into Gore or maybe Meyer. Whatever it is, they don't need a 3 here. All they need is a 2, and they win the game. I think that will be the game plan for Wyoming here. But if you're UNLV, you cannot let Gore beat you like he has all day. You just cannot. And if there's a missed shot, you cannot let them get another offensive rebound. I will lose my mind if that happens.
You and me both. I mean, 20 offensive rebounds for Wyoming compared to UNLV's just 10. 4 for their last 5, though, for Wyoming. Do they have another one in them to go to the next round? .14 seconds left. They've been almost perfect from the line as well. 15 for 20. shooting 75% from the line. But that won't matter now. It'll be Rojas on the baseline. The fans are on their feet, clapping their hands, trying to send Laramie to the next round. Leland Walker with it. Gives it over to Rojas. Rojas in the lane. Tough fade away. No good. Gets the rebound. Blocked away by Tyron Jones. Blocked away. Tyron Jones comes up with a block of his life. Oh my goodness. T. Jones. What a play.
I thought my heart sank when he grabbed that offensive rebound. As I said, did not want that to happen. But Tyron Jones, the all-Mountain West first-team defender, the biggest block of his entire life. And Hamilton with the strong hands with the rebound. He's going to shoot two to try to put this one away.
Jeez, Tyron Jones have a day, proving why he should have been the defensive player of the year and not Miles Bird. And another offensive rebound by Wyoming. You said you were going to lose your mind. Is that still the case?
For a second I did, but then Jones finally, the biggest play of his life. What a great defensive effort from Tyron Jones.
Shooting 2 shots. Hamilton with the game on the line. Shooting 1. Hamilton. Isaac Williamson checking in. Makes the 2 free throws. So 73-70. 2 seconds left to go. Do they have a miracle? Down the lane. Intercepted. The Rebels win. The Rebels win for the first time against a team not named Air Force. And I don't even know how many years. 2017, 2018 was the last time they beat an opponent not named Air Force. And shout out to Wyoming. They've had a great season, and the future is bright for the Cowboys.
What can you say about the resiliency of this UNLV team? Late in the second half, it was looking bad. They could not get anything going on offense. Drake and Blauhorn. Who else but Walter Brown and Kamani Hamilton? Surge a late run for UNLV. And also on the defensive side, Tyron Jones, the game-clinching block.
Just a crazy block from Tyron there. So from the Thomas and Mack and UNLV Student Broadcasting, thank you for watching. Justin Young and Whitaker Lummis signing off for now. Come back tomorrow as we're going to broadcast the game against Utah State. The Rebels sweat them at Logan and in Vegas. So that's going to be an exciting